You had me at Pokemon.
Pikachu, ready?
Gotta catch 'em all. Pikachu!
Pikachu!
And welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben, and this is my review for Netflix's original animated film, The Secret Magic Control Agency. That is a mouthful. Let me know in the comments, were you excited about this? Is this going to be your next family viewing? What is a Netflix good animated film that you watch repeatedly with your family? Let's jump into the review. The Secret Magic Control Agency sends its two best agents, Hansel and Gretel, to fight against the witch of the gingerbread house. Okay, so that description from IMDb is very wrong, I guess you could say. This is a take on the Hansel and Gretel storyline, but it is very different. So we have a secret agency that basically controls magic, and we have Gretel, who wants to be the best agent from this agency. So it's basically, if you think about the Hellboy secret agency and the Men in Black secret agency, it's all of that, but much more family friendly. They have all the gadgets. They are basically ninjas. They control anybody wanting to use wand magic or any sort of bad magic or creatures that are captured. That's their job, to protect the magic in the land. And so as part of our introduction to this film, we see so many nods to other kind of films without actually mentioning the names, because they'd never get the license for it. I noticed a number like Beauty and the Beast, there's a teacup, there's stuff like that that is really fun. And I think if you have young ones who love animated films, they will definitely compare that, or go, they might get really excited when they see something from one of their favorite animated films. That part of it's fun. We have Hansel, who is like a master thief, and so there is this whole big storyline that revolves around the brother and sister having to come together. Basically, they're sent out on a mission to rescue the king who's been kidnapped, and that's your storyline. And so along the way is their journey about rescuing the king. It's very Shrek-like in moments. I really like the set pieces, you know, the different lands they encounter, the mermaid land, the various different types of world that there is, because it's magic. You can do anything with that. So there's a lot of magic fun that they do, you know, with potions, mermaids. There's so much interesting creatures. You know, have octopuses that are like bodyguards. It's that sort of animated fun. So I do think as a family, you will really enjoy this. I think the voice work is fantastic. The reason why I had my Pokemon intro is that our two main leads have both been Hansel, the voice actor, has been in a few episodes of Pokemon, but the female lead has been in a gazillion. She's played also numerous amount of voices in the Pokemon world, which is great. So you had me at Pokemon, man. Yeah, so they're very talented. They're not new to voice acting, so there is that sort of you know, you watch some stuff and you can pick up when people aren't as good as they're supposed to be, when they're not quite sure. You know, you can actually pick that up through voice work. Here, there's none of that. They're professionals, so, you know, it lends itself to the expertise of what you'd expect to get in a good animation film. The problem is, this is a type of animation that we've seen loads of recently. It's not Pixar standard quality, but it is good, and it is entertaining. You can tell that it doesn't have millions behind it, but what they've done with the budget they've had is very entertaining. I felt like the score was very good in this as well. It reminded me again of the Shrek movies or similar adventured animated movies. There are some adult jokes, not like dodgy jokes, but adult humor. You know, when Pixar does that sort of balance so well, where it's there's adult humor that only adults will really understand, and then there's the animation and the funny jokes for the kids, and that balance is quite hard to do. For the most part, this is just a young kids film, but there are a few adult moments to kind of keep the adults sated to enjoy the adventure. The interesting thing is, my son and my wife weren't meant to be watching this with me. And they came into the room and they stayed for 20 minutes, and then they had to go back to what they're doing with schooling stuff. And so I thought that was interesting. It had their attention. They're both obviously massively different demographics. We have a 15-year-old and a 40-year-old like me, and obviously a female versus male 40-year-old. So that shows you, as a family, I think you'll enjoy this, but I don't think it's one, unless you're like a hardcore animated film lover. I really enjoyed it though. It was better than I expected. Does that make sense? I'm going to give this a C+. I think the story is straightforward. I think the characters do what you think they're going to do. I do think the main characters have plot protection. There's sometimes there's believability. Even in a magical world, you need to obey the rules of that you set out the parameters, and that doesn't seem to always happen. But I really enjoyed the growth of the characters with the brother and sister. They are estranged and they have stuff to work out, and so you feel like there's a moral of the story. They learn stuff along the way, and family is like the theme, and I appreciated that when they lean heavily into growing the relationships and understanding why there is some darkness behind them, what happened in their past. When you have a little bit of that, it adds a lot of weight to the future of your characters, which I think they managed to do in this short animation film. So I think that's pretty good. Thanks so much for watching this, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.